Believer John C. again. It's 8:02 in the morning. It is June 19th, 2020, Friday. Some people can try celebrating on a Friday, but unfortunately for me, it's not that easy. I've been dealing with bouts of depression for a long while now, mostly without medications. Dealt with a lot of grief. And it's hard to deal with that. It just means that things have gotten harder and harder for me to process. When I hear the constant figures of COVID-19 racking up, I'm sorry, I just saw the headline concerning about Ian Holm again on CNN. Saying his death on there is hard enough as it is. I just am having a hard time trying to deal with it. It's not his death per se, it's just passage of life. In case you hadn't heard it. Okay, I'll do the beginning all over again. It's 8:04 in the morning right now. It is June 19th, 2020, Friday. That's what happens when you're mentally out of it. I know a lot of people don't want to see depressing things. They want to see happy, flowery things, exciting things, action, blow up, or anything else. Not serious human drama, because they've already got enough of it at home. Or else they take a look at television and see the drama there, or whatever it is. Or read about it on social media. Sometimes they want to go to different places to avoid their own life instead of seeing someone else struggling through their own life. I've been putting up videos on YouTube. The first time in a long time, many. I really didn't know why. Except maybe to reach out somehow. Therapy, actually, I would call it. When I see constant death played out on the screens day after day after day, either you get numb by it or else you get sickened of it. And you feel helpless and you can't do anything about it. And then when you see a headline or two that passes by underneath a news marquee that strikes a chord, well, I'll tell you something. In my case, it's been ripping me apart left and right. I thought I was a fair-minded, level-headed, Johnny-on-the-spot kind of person. And liberal-minded, actually, as well. I never boasted or tooted my horn. Try to stay away from the damn boxes. I was no saint either. Not in my lifetime. I never did try to cry out, pity me, because I'm a poor, poor man. But I'll tell you something, when you lose people in your family that you love, you lose things that matter the most, you lose friends, it kind of rips you apart on the inside. I see favorite and beloved actors, some of them I like to meet but never had the chance to, and appreciated their work. And it's like gut shots left and right. I'm barely trying to recover from one until I get another. And then I get another, and then I get another. Lose last member of my family a couple of years back, and it still haunts me. It still haunts me. Almost a couple of years back. I mean, coming up in September, it'll be 2 years. And it's more like ripping out the heart, putting it into a Cuisinart, and watching the thing still beat while it's going through the grind process, and you're feeling every ounce of the pain. Sometimes that's how my grief feels. And there's no way past it. The things that matter most. Emotional stability. Last member of the family. The last member of the family that means a lot to me. I go through a lot to deal with a day, and when I'm constantly surrounded by news of death and politics and kind of rips me apart a little bit, you know. The death of Ian Holm, character, stage actor, and then star of many, or character actor of many films, and a pivotal in a series, in a trilogy. He passes away. Shrug of the shoulders for some people, and for other fans, it's like they feel sad. When your emotional barriers are downright broken into rubble, it's hard to process even that portion of it. It's hard to realize that something like that does matter. And I'm sick. I'm sick to death. I'm sick of the inside. It's not the many deaths that are happening right now regarding the COVID-19. It's like people in your family have, the far-flung reaches of family have died. To be brutally honest, life ended. Of course, you want to put it into flowery terms. In the Lord of the Rings tradition, they sailed in a white ship, white sails. Sailed off into the far beyond. The tune of Glen Yarborough goes in my head when I think about that. Haunting. Very haunting. Again, major rips and major grinding in the Cuisinart again. It's hard to keep the lid on the tears and the feelings right now, because I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to be able to deal with this, or how to process this. I'm mortally the crap out of people when I talk about feelings like this, because I was raised at a time where big boys don't cry. Men have to be men, they have to be macho, they have to keep everything else aside. No wonder they drank like crazy. No wonder they did things to keep the emotions down, because they didn't even know how to handle themselves. And in this day and age, when feelings are supposed to matter and thoughts are supposed to matter, and group sessions are the most important thing right now to help with behavioral health, shall we say. You know, I relate more and more with people who are thinking about passing beyond the great veil, we say, than I do about the ones who are still living. Because I understand more and more about the pain and the anguish they go through inside. Above me in the cabinet that you see on my left-hand side are ashes. Family and pets. Well, pets are still family anyway. My brother is in there somewhere in a green box. My mother in the tall blue box. The dogs, well, in their wooden boxes. But as a reminder that I know it's a circle of life somehow, but my road, I feel sometimes, has got too many twists and turns and caverns and cliffs. One wrong move and I'm not going to say what happens afterwards, because I don't know. But I can tell you I am struggling through the thoughts and the feelings without medications. I don't trust medications. They do things to my head, to my blood pressure. I not know I'm yes. This man war. Knew what the hell I go through. Suitors. The trials and tribulations, putting back home. Able to claim his family and throw. I'm not a dis, but it's my travel of water to hear that he tells his crew to intimidate to the music. And to be going on and not being able to being this is beyond. this morning. Yesterday. Start of an MD. The thing they did was I found out I didn't like it. Depression in the state. Job major changes. With the constant news of death happening all around and your favorite people that you fell in love with their work, their art, maybe their reputation, something. When that light is taken away from this planet, it becomes a harder thing to deal with. Maybe a lot of people won't be able to follow what the hell I'm saying at this point over here. Maybe I'm not talking in plain speak. I'm talking the way I talk sometimes. I do audio recordings for myself, my own soundboards to get the stuff off my chest. Off my head anyway. But doing these videos is also trying to be cathartic. And sometimes it just doesn't help as much. Because it seems like I am putting myself on the soapbox that I didn't want to be put on, be put in public out there and say, hear me, hear my lamentations. Pay attention to my own issues that I have. For I see it in your eyes down below. And I feel for what you are going through. If any. I always consider myself a fool and idiot. It goes without saying. Some people called me a libtard or a libtard. Politics. No, I'm just a man going through the motions. I'm a man going through the mental health issues at this point over here. A man's going through loss and grief and trying to sort it all out without being this macho image of the 1980s. Everything's fine. Just take a gun and start shooting at things. Or better yet, be the lone wolf in the shadows and just you deal with the individuals left and right as best you can while hiding everything else you've got down below and don't feel a damn thing. Just do your job and that's it. Be a robot. I've been that way too many times in my life. When your barriers are broken, your thought patterns are more chaotic, your feelings are more torn apart. Some people may think I may be going as crazy as a character named of the Joker, DC Comics. There's various forms that different actors have portrayed him in. Nope. Nope. Not me. I'm going through pain, I'm going through loss, I'm going through grief. I'm going through PTSD because of things happening in life. And I'm struggling as best as I can. And if I have to share this limitation with people, it's explained over here to hope that maybe somehow they're not alone out there. I'm not going to do this counseling stuff at this point over here. The thing is, you're hurting, I'm hurting. We're going through our pain, our grief, and we still have to share with each other just to get it off our damn chest. Because there's nothing else we can do in this world. Unless we want to be driven mad and go off the damn cliff. It scares the hell out of me too. And no, I haven't. Close, but no cigar. I may feel it on the inside. I don't have to act upon it. No, I could just be a miserable old fart. It has to grin and bear it because that's what life tells you to do. That's what tough people tell me to do. I'm not so tough. I'm not that strong. But I'm also not that weak unless I look at my damn stomach and I'm saying, well, that's what I've taken myself out on. I mean, I'm Jabba the Hutt. Some Jabba the Hutt like to be the way he was. I don't. I allowed my own depression and everything else to affect me to a point where my health is in danger. Has to be choices made, hard choices, not easy. There's a few handouts out there that, well, they'll walk alongside me through stuff like this. When you find people like that in your life, latch onto them, hold on tight, draw upon their strength and their wisdom. Maybe together, maybe with a group. We'll survive. Until it is our time to sail in the white sails and be on the shores. I just don't have to do it today. But I don't have to feel good about myself today either. I can allow myself to feel what I feel. And right now I feel pretty damn miserable. Believe it or not, that's okay. It's part of being human. I'm a human being. Hopefully you are too. Let's see if we can both survive today, shall we?